Namaste. Welcome to day 4 of storytelling from the Devi Mahatmyam. Stories from the Devi Mahatmyam or the Durga Sapta Shatihi. 700 shlokas of all about Devi singing the praises and telling her stories in the Markandeya Purana. Okay, so yesterday we ended at showing how the Devi was created, right? So what has happened is Mahishasura is a very, very terrible Asura demon, and he is creating chaos across the universe, the heavens and the nether regions and on the earth and all. Of course, the nether regions are his place, but still he is an autocratic guy. Not easy. It is in this kind of a time when Brahma has remembered that he had given a boon, he had said Tathastu, to Mahishasura. When Mahishasura had asked for a boon that no god or no man could kill him, or demon, no god, no demon, no semi-god or no man could kill him, because of course the woman can do nothing, so he doesn't have to worry. Now, when Vishnu and Shiva come to know that the gods have all lost against Mahishasura, and Surya's job, Chandra's job, Varuna's job, Indra's job, everything has been taken over by the Asuras, by Mahishasura's men. They get really angry, and that anger within them, it's boiling up, and that brings forth these lights. There's a red light and a white light and a blue light and a rainbow, lustrous light from all the devas. Okay, from Shiva, from Vishnu, from Brahma, and from all the devas. All these lights have converged into this beautiful yet scary, calming and scary at the same time light. It's a huge light, as big as the Himalayas, again, as big as Himavat. And that huge light, from that comes a figure of a female figure, beautiful. And as I discussed yesterday, it has all the luster from all the gods, parts of the face, the arms, the legs are all from different gods, and she has weapons and all this. She is Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is not to be confused by Lakshmi. Okay, no, she's not the same as Lakshmi, the wife of Vishnu. She is Mahalakshmi, one incarnation of Devi, of Durga. She has these 18 arms, each with different weapons, and the kamandalu, and the rosary, and she is beautiful. She rides on this lion that was presented by Himavat. And the lion is huge and she is big. Her crown goes past the clouds, the sky, it enters into the skies, and her body completely covers the earth. It's so huge, it looks so big, like a mountain. And as she walks, the earth quakes. The earth quakes and the mountains rock. The waters in the rivers splash, and she walks. And the lion that she climbs on and sits, that lion with her weight is able to make that same shaky, quaky thing in the earth and all across. He tosses his angry mane and walks and roars, wow, as he comes, this loud roar. Devi, Devi Chandika, Devi Ambika, Mahalakshmi. She is this divine person with this pleasing face and fearful look. And as this earth is shaking and quaking and the waters in the rivers are splashing and the mountains are rocking, the nether regions are really shaking so much that every asura from below comes up to see who is it, and so has our Mahishasura. And he sees a woman. They send me a woman to fight. Okay, bring it on. And he has a huge battalion of asuras, while Maheshwari, Ishwari, is just herself. But she has the power of all with her, and she is seated on that lion. Mahishasura has with him his generals, General Chikshura and General Chamara, and they, with them, have millions and millions of foot soldiers, the infantry. There are millions and millions of horseback soldiers, the cavalry. They also have millions of chariots and millions of elephants. There is, along with Chikshura and Chamara, there are captains Udagra, Mahahanu, Asiloman, Baskala, Bidala, Privarta, and many, many, many more. These asuras have their names so interesting. Look at that. Bidala. Bidala means cat. Cat. Meow. Cat. It means that he could probably transform himself into a cat. Cats can be very ferocious also. Not the domestic ones, but the wild ones. Right? So, he could transform himself into a cat and go off. While Mahishasura, he was the buffalo demon. He probably could transform himself into a buffalo. And there he was, snorting with his horns out as a buffalo. Huge, black buffalo. So we're talking about the Indian buffalo. Okay? Huge buffalo that could stomp and snort. You know, when buffaloes are snorting, they're itching for a fight, you know, like the bullfights. What they do, their legs are just going up like that, and their horns are all down, and they come. Mahishasura and all these asuras have lots and lots of weapons in addition to the weapon of all these normal weapons, that is the sword, the club, the mace, the bow and arrow, and the trishulas and the the spears, they have all of that. But in addition to all of that, they have the ability to disappear, to become invisible, to just fly off and come from nowhere. They have all those abilities too. And they use it till their fullest. So you have this huge battleground where you have Devi now looking like she has 1,000 arms with all sorts of weapons, seated on a lion, and you have this immense army with millions and millions and millions, so we should say hundreds of millions of soldiers, horseback soldiers, chariot soldiers on chariots. So those who go on chariots, they have an unending amount of weapons with them. They have a place to keep all their weapons. So they have all that. And on top of that, the elephant. So an elephant is up high and they are able to look down and shoot down. This is humongous army. And there she is, Mahalakshmi, Durga, Ambika, Chandika. There she is. And she takes up a bow and an arrow and she goes, versus twang! That sound just reverberates across the universe. Scary sound of that cord just going, being pulled. And from that comes thousands and thousands of arrows hurling at each so many asuras. And this fight continues for quite some time. Continues, and as she heaves, as she sighs, as she heaves, it looks as though the armies are coming from each sigh of hers. As she sighs, it seems as though an army is coming out from there with small arrows, big spears or tridents and everything, and just shooting at asuras. The asuras, the weapons of the asuras, and Devi meet in the middle and seem like there is lightning across. They fight, and then Mahishasura notices that this Devi, this woman, can't really get to her. He cannot defeat her. So he decides now that okay, he has sent all his armies. Chamara is dead, Chikshura is dead, Udagra is dead, Mahahanu is dead. One after another, everyone is dying. What to do? He says, okay, maybe it's time for me to go now. He sees the place where the battle was happening, the battleground is filled with corpses, killed asuras, headless bodies. It's as though it's a big mountain of all those who were near and dear to him, or those who were fighting for him, not necessarily near and dear, but they were afraid of him for sure, and all their bodies. And the rivers had turned red with the blood of these asuras. It was everything was just a destruction. It looked like total destruction. And on from the sides, the rishis are going, chanting, oh, Devi, Devi, Devi. The gods from all above sitting, watching this and chanting and giving her all the encouragement that she hardly needs. Devi is angry. her children are being hurt for days and days and days, and she has noticed that her children have tried to fight against Mahishasura. They have fought against all his men and have lost. They have tried. It's not that they did not. They tried very, very hard but could not. So finally, the mother had to come. And she has come and fought, and she has destroyed all these asuras. And now we have Mahishasura. The asura, he comes like a Mahisha now, again snorting with his horns down, laid down, and his hump like back coming up, and his legs scratching the ground, and he rushes to her. He rushes to her. She takes up her Trishula. She takes up her Trishula, Devi, and she goes and deep, deep, deep into the Mahisha. And as she is stabbing him deep, from the body of the Mahisha, of the buffalo, comes the head of the asura. It's coming out, out, out. And he is defeated. He is no more at the feet. He is no more the Mahishasura that he was. He is just a person can do nothing anymore. Defeated by the mighty Devi of 18 arms, with the light of all the devas within her, the lustrous body, the huge, wonderful Devi astride a lion. She smiles. She smiles because she has been successful at what she does. She has saved all her children. Her children are safe once again. She smiles, calm, peaceful, her anger gone, and there she is, Mahishasura Mardini. With that, we end the second part, the middle part of the Devi Mahatmyam. The first part of the Devi Mahatmyam was where Devi comes as Yogamaya, the Prathama part. The Madhyama part is where she comes as Mahalakshmi, again not to be confused with Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu. She is Mahalakshmi, is yet another manifestation of Durga, of Devi. She's come and she has vanquished as Ambika, as Chandika. She has vanquished Mahishasura, the Asura, and she is now called Mahishasura Mardini. Tomorrow we will go to the next part of the Devi Mahatmyam, the Uttama part. Okay, so where we have a couple more stories. So thank you for joining. Happy Navratri. Namaste.